My name is Mac, and I am back today to talk about a Third Day album, kind of random, but we are going to go through the Third Day discography because I think it is a significant band, and I think it is worth talking about them. This album that we're looking at today is called Lead Us Back. Lead Us Back is one of very many Third Day albums, and I believe this is the second to last album that the band ever released, their last one being Revival, which was kind of a southern throwback kind of sound. And this one, they really wanted to try their hands at worship music, specifically worship music that sounds a little bit more mainstream. This album particularly does not sound like the mainstream worship music of the 2020s. It sounds like what was called worship music that was made by Christian contemporary music artists. So there's still a lot of flair, there's a lot of originality, there's a lot of passion and energy in the music, unlike the modern elevation worship, Maverick City worship. I don't even know what all the different groups are, but like worship music, in my opinion, has grown so stale, but this album has some life to it. The energy and the performances and the music on this album is really not hard to find, especially when you're looking at songs like Father of Lights, songs like Spirit, songs like Soul on Fire. I mean, there is just so much energy in the production and the performances throughout this entire album. And I can genuinely say that getting through this track list is really not a drag at all. It's pretty easy to get through these 12 songs. The album is a little bit under 40 minutes, so it definitely does not overstay its welcome. It's not overstuffed in any kind of way. The only thing that I think is holding this album back from being a great worship album or a great Christian contemporary music / worship music album, because I think it does blurry the line between those two genres, specifically when compared to modern worship music, I think it is the lyrics. To be completely honest, the lyrics do feel a little bit sanitized. They do feel a little bit surface level. It doesn't feel like we are going as deep as we can. And I think even compared to a lot of other Third Day projects, this might be one of their weaker projects lyrically speaking, even though I think the songs themselves, in terms of the energy, the performances, and the vocals, and the music are actually really, really solid. Like, these are really great sounding worship tracks. I say that in quotes because it doesn't sound like modern worship music. And I think that's where most of my positive thoughts are coming from, just in general, is that this sounds so much better than most of the modern slop that is put out today with the worship label that is being played on Christian contemporary music radio. It just drives me crazy. This is a huge breath of fresh air, even not necessarily breath of fresh air in the lyrics department. It definitely is in terms of the vocals and the music and the production and all that good stuff and all the performances. And I think it is a very solid album overall, and I will give it a 3.5 star rating out of 5. I don't think it's like the best Third Day album, but I think it's just a really solid, well put together album from one of the most well established Christian contemporary music bands that has ever existed. I mean, Third Day is just a legendary name, and it's pretty crazy to think that they retired like in 2017 or 2018, like so long ago, because it still feels like they have a strong presence in the world of Christian contemporary music. Like, so many of these songs, listening to them just takes me back, like, are songs that I'm so familiar with because of just growing up listening to Christian radio. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the review. I don't know if anybody watched the review, but that's okay. Have a good rest of your day.